As has been highlighted by the CEO of Vodafone, we should say that the initiative actually starts from the 1st of August. We have what we call a 2-month lead time until the e-ticketing actually becomes compulsory from the 1st of October, as was announced in the budget. We very much look forward to this initiative. Of course, it presents a lot of transparency, a lot of accountability in the process. As Minister Vuniwaga has also mentioned, that all social welfare recipients who are entitled to getting this benefit, she will be able to know exactly where they've traveled, what routes they actually take, how frequently they travel. It also helps them in the decision-making process. Similarly, overall, we'll be able to know, LTA, Mr. Patel is here, through the information, any ordinary citizen that maybe, say, taking a bus from a particular spot, say Narere to Suva, will know exactly how many people actually get on the bus at which point in Narere. We'll know actually which routes have a more intake or onload of passengers, where do they offload. It also helps with national planning. It's a very, very important issue for us because, as you know, that with the influx of motor vehicles in Fiji, we need to also make public transportation very, very attractive. Sometimes people do not take public transportation because maybe the frequency of the routes or the frequency of the buses in that area is not enough. So in that way, LTA can also determine and say, look, we need to have more routes in this particular area. So it's also very, of course, helpful in respect of revenue collection too. A lot of the bus companies have said to us that there's a lot of pilfering that takes place. For example, some bus drivers or other people may actually be pocketing money. This now creates that level of transparency for them. It ensures that the bus companies actually get an increased revenue. But also it means FERCA can collect the right taxes, which is also very important. As highlighted also, the school children, we spend at the moment the budgetary allocations over $20 million in respect of providing subsidized bus fares. It will mean that the bureaucracy and the administrative processes pertaining to e-ticketing will be reduced. Ministry of Education does not have to have very large teams to actually administer this. They'll be now able to have a minimum number of people to be able to roll out this program. In the next few months, of course, all the schools with the respective students will be given their cards. We've also very generously have a deal with Vodafone. Should the school students lose their card, similarly with those beneficiaries of the Ministry of Poverty Alleviation, if they lose their card, Vodafone will actually replace it free of cost. So we're very thankful for them to do that. Of course, please, does not mean you keep on losing your cards, because there's no, after the third time, then you'll actually have to pay a cost for the replacement of the card. So there'll be a lot of education around this. And it'll mean that also the school system will also be able to track where are the routes that people take, where do they actually get off, how many school children actually utilize it. We've also said now that the school e-tickets will be used also on Saturdays, because we also know that a lot of the schools actually hold classes on Saturdays also. So now through the system with the Fiji Bus Operators Association and also the bus companies, and of course because this is an initiative by government, they must allow the students to use these tickets on Saturday if they're in their school uniform, not going to the movies but actually going to school for extra classes. They'll be able to use the subsidized tickets on Saturdays also. So this is another new initiative that we've put in place. Similarly also, I'd like to take this opportunity to say that the Vodafone has also agreed to provide the machines that actually does read the tickets. So you'll see later on, you'll see the bar-coded tickets that will be issued, and then the LTA enforcement officers can actually get on a bus, use the reader, and actually see exactly whether the people actually adhering to it or not. We have, of course, now with the ticketing system, most of you who catch buses would know that most of the time you don't get issued a ticket. By law, you're supposed to get a ticket, but most people don't actually give you a ticket, and that's where the pilfering takes place. So in this way, there'll be better enforcement. LTA will also be able to know who's paying it, who's not paying it. They can also enforce the non-compliance with the non-issuance of tickets, or should the ticket be issued and you've not actually stated the right destination. So there's a number of opportunities. We hope to, of course, extend e-ticketing once it starts running well with the buses. We hope to extend it to other modes of transportation, including, for example, minibuses. Also, it could be introduced later on with taxis, and also with maritime travel. on boats between Vanolevu, Vitilevu, Taveuni, etc. Because again, it also helps capture the revenue. It also helps us to be able to plan nationally as to how and what form of transportation people actually use, and to be able to provide the right incentives for that. So that, in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, is what's going to happen. The e-ticketing actually will start from 1st of August. It's been a very long journey. It's been nearly about 3 or 4 years, so nobody can say that there's been no consultation, widespread consultations, widespread rejigging of what the direction should have been and was. And of course, now we've reached an agreement. We understand all the bus companies have now wired themselves out, and they'll be having the machines on the buses very soon. And also it will mean that as far as the ease of travel, it'll be much greater now. As the CEO highlighted, there's also the ability to have what we call disposable cards for people who may want to temporarily travel. So for example, if I'm living in Kandavu and I come to Suva to visit my children and they live in Rewanga, I'm just here for a week, I can buy the disposable card. So it makes it easier for them. And then also, if you have $2 or more left on your card, you can actually redeem that money. So you don't actually lose out the money. You can actually go and cash it out. So we've tried to, of course, think of all sorts of issues. Should it be less than that unused portion, $1.40 or whatever it may be, or $1 that's left on it, it goes to government to use for charitable purposes and to fund any worthwhile causes that may be around. And of course, there's lots of them. We, of course, are able to ensure also at the same time that we can bring about a number of changes, and of course I can answer this question in respect of the public transportation system. So thank you very much.